Yeah, this is going to be a DVD and Blu-ray update. It's been a while since I've done one. I've been kind of busy, and so I'm going to get straight to it. Right, first up is a DVD my mate Vance Sporting 069 sent me. We've been asking about this for ages, and he came through on it, which I was really happy about. It's called The Vagrant. This film, mate, thanks again for sending this, because I had such a laugh watching this. Bill Paxton plays kind of yuppie kind of guy, moves into a new neighbourhood, and his life gets turned upside down by this insane vagrant. I can't remember the guy who plays him, the vagrant. I've seen him before and things, but he basically just destroys Bill Paxton's life. Real nice quirky little soundtrack on this as well. Kind of reminds me a bit of Primus in kind of wackiness. It's really funny. I mean, there's a bit when he's kind of life's gone down the pan and he ends up at a trailer park, and you haven't seen him in a while, and he's talking to this blind black guy who owns a trailer park, and next time you see him he's got this disgusting mullet, just looking like proper trailer trash. It's amazing. It's a really good, that needs a release. Thanks mate for sending me that was really appreciated. Here's a few action kind of films I picked up cheap. This one stars Keenan Ivory Wayans, John Boy, Most Wanted. I think he's a special forces guy, gets drawn into like an assassination plot. It all gets blamed on him. John Boy's a bad guy, blah blah blah, that sort of thing. A film called Fled, Lawrence Fishburne and Stephen Baldwin. I remember hearing this back in the day. It's got like who else has it got in it? Will Patton, I know Will Patton, and Robert John Burke. He's from Thinner. Yeah, I hear that's okay. I like a lot of those daft films. Now, as far as action films go, I don't really watch that many kind of recent kind of Van Damme. I like to think of, like, say, Van Damme and Seagal in their prime type of thing. But this is Wake of Death. Wife gets gunned down by triads, and he goes on just a rampage. And I have to say, it's pretty fucking good. Some really good violence in it. The scene when Van Damme's after one of these triad guys in a brothel, when he launches this guy down the stairs, it's proper funny, right over the balcony. And there's another, what is it? There's a really good torture sequence in this as well, when they're trying to get information. And I think a lot of his group of mates he hangs around with, I think they're from, one guy's from Marseille, kind of glasses, wears a vest, kind of a fat guy, and they brutally torture this guy. They just tear his knees out with drills. It's pretty good. I enjoyed that. The ending's a bit weak, but it was alright. This kind of looks kind of shitty entertainment. Eric Roberts is always good for a laugh. Eric Roberts and Michael Rooker in The Hard Truth. I can't remember much about this. As I said, this is a Dutch release of it. But it just looks kind of sordid and depraved, kind of what Roberts is good at, type thing. I picked up this for $5, I think. It's Beverly Hills Cop, kind of the collection. I've never seen them. It's quite weird, because I'd seen 48 Hours, and I saw another 48 Hours, and I absolutely loved that, particularly the second one. And I thought I'd pick these up. Yeah, to see what they're like, really. I'm sure I'll enjoy them. No, I picked this up. I've been wanting to pick this up for a while. No, is this Brian Yuzna? Yeah, it is Brian Yuzna. It's H.P. Lovecraft's Necronomicon. I have to say, from what I've seen of it, it's really good. I've only seen the first story. Coombs playing Lovecraft. He's at the beginning. He's in this. He's obviously looking for the Necronomicon, the book, I think. I've seen the first story with Bruce Payne and Richard Lynch, and that's actually really, really good. I know there's another actor in the second story. I can't think who it is. Who is it? David Warner. So I'll check that one out. The third story I'm not that interested in, but I'm going to watch the rest of that. I picked up 2 Spanish films. I hear this is good. This is The Perfect Crime. I hear it's kind of real, kind of daft and quirky. Yeah, I'm kind of looking forward to watching that. I hear it's mad. I hear it's a real kind of madness in like a department store. and I picked up another one. Now this sounds really weird. This is The Uninvited Guest. Now from what I read of in the synopsis, guy's having kind of problems with his girlfriend. Gets a knock at the door one night and there's a stranger there and lets him in, I think, to use his phone. And then obviously the guy goes out the room and he comes back and the guy's gone. The guy's somewhere in his house and he doesn't know if it's in his mind or, you know, the guy's actually kind of hiding around his house. And I hear that's pretty good. Now, the last DVD I picked up, I was really surprised with this one, because I do like Burt Reynolds, kind of early 80s Burt Reynolds, because, you know, he was in some good action films. Sharky's Machine was like one good one, and there's another one I need to get. A really good stunt at the end, I can't remember it. Oh, the stuntman's dead now, I can't remember his name. The guy who did the stunt in Sharky's Machine, the amazing one, I can't think of the film. But Malone, he plays an ex... he's like a CIA operative, like assassin, and he goes off to Oregon and he helps these kind of people out against this landowner. Who's the landowner? Cliff Robertson. He's like a senator. Scott Wilson kind of takes him in, and I have to say there's some good violence in this. The ending kind of winds out a little bit, but there's an excellent when he's armed with the shotgun and these two guys come to kill him. It's really good. I was actually really surprised. The scene on the bridge of, my God, when he's ridge-handing this guy, just his nose is almost destroyed. It's pretty good. As I said, you know, the only problem is about some of these archive kind of collections like buying, like the Warner Archive and this one, like they're so fucking expensive. And really, you know, they're kind of nothing more than like you know, kind of like a cheap DVD. Hardly comes with any extras and that, and you think they'd be cheaper than, I mean, we're talking like, you know, 17, 18 quid, you know, it's expensive. Right, onto like the Blu-rays, and I'd never seen this film before, and I watched it a few days ago. Well, I had seen it before, like parts, but I'd never seen it fully. Cleopatra, like the transfer is stunning. The film is absolutely fantastic. I think the second half is slightly weaker, only because Rex Harrison's not in it, and he just chews it up. He is absolutely amazing as Caesar. Really, really good film. I mean, my God, the scene when Cleopatra enters Rome with her entourage, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. No, Richard Burton's great. I mean, I hear like earlier on, like, you know, when they're first starting, Stephen Boyd was cast as Mark Antony. You know him from Ben-Hur and for the Roman Empire, like, but it was really good. I was really, really impressed with it. Now, what else did I get? Right, I also got the Steelbook of Drive. Great film, really good film. I'm familiar with the directors, Nicholas Refn, from Bleeder and the Pusher trilogy and Bronson and Valhalla Rising, and it was really, really good. As I said, I really liked the track at the beginning, but from then on, some of the faux 80s music kind of grinded me a bit. But I mean, it's about the ending. I think it needs to be a bit more conventional. It didn't really work, the ending, for me. But I mean, Ryan Gosling's great in it, but Albert Brooks is just outstanding. Oh my God, he is so good as the Jewish gangster. The violence is just exquisite. The violence is a thing of beauty in this. It's a great film. It deserves you know, the acclaim. Now, one film that deserves all the acclaim, it's one of my favourite films of all time. Now, the problem is, if you don't like this film, you're missing out so much, man. I just don't know what to do for you, like, you know, if you don't like it. But it's Rolling Thunder. John Flynn. I've got a fair few films of him. If you haven't seen it, I'll give you a brief synopsis of what's going on. William Devane, he's been in Vietnam, been in a prison war camp for years, comes back, doesn't really know his kid that much. His wife is kind of seeing another bloke. Gets given 2,000 silver dollars from the town for, like, you know, his accolades in Vietnam, and he basically gets these guys come around to extort him with the money. Doesn't really know how bad these bad guys are, and they end up well, you know, you can read it from the back, like, they end up like killing his family brutally, and they cut off his hand, and then he basically goes after them, and the shootout at the end of this is just, oh my god, it's up there one of my favourites. I mean, nothing's beating Wild Bunch and Extreme Prejudice, but this is up there. I mean, you got the transfer's great. I mean, the only thing I object to is theatrical trailer. It's a commentary by Eli Roth, and his opinion means fucking nothing to me. They've only got him on this because obviously they couldn't get Tarantino. We all know Tarantino's a big fan of this film. I don't know why they got Eli Roth on there, and his opinion means nothing. But this is just buy that film. If you don't like it, well, you know, that's your problem. But it's a great film, you know. I don't know how you couldn't. Now this is Takeshi Kitano in Outrage. This film, man. You see with Kitano, like, I mean, you can watch one of his gangster. I watched one of his gangster films, Sonatine, and I was really disappointed with that. It was too unconventional for words. Didn't really enjoy it. But this film, man, this is back down to the basics. Oh god, there is brutality in this of just god. A scene involving chopsticks and a scene in the dentist where even I was like, fuck me. And in my opinion, has one of the best deaths I've seen for absolutely ages. If it was in a horror film, you'd be. You see, the problem is in horror films, man. You know, you don't need gore that much. Sometimes you can have just a death that looks so great. You don't need intensive kind of gore on that. And there's a death in this involving a car that is just. At first, I'm wondering what they're going to do, and then when they do it, I'm just blown away. It's amazing. It's so amazing. Get it? Kitana's a badass. Just get it. It's a really good film. Right, what? Right, let's Digibooks now. I've got 3 here. Right, first up is Lawrence Fishburne in Tuskegee Airmen, and it's good to see this out because I've never seen the film, but hopefully it might kind of give hope for like some of the other kind of HBO stuff to come out on in Digibook. I really like Gotti, and I'd love Fort Apache the Bronx. I'd love a Digibook of that. I love that film. Yeah, I mean, it's probably been released now due to the new Spielberg film. I can't really think what it. Is it Red Tails? Is that what it's called? I think it's based on like black pilots in World War II as well. I know it's got a good cast, and it's one of war films I haven't really seen, and I like that. I got it for a good price as well, so you know I definitely want to pick that up. One film, this is a classic film, that another one I haven't seen. You know, I think there's a lot of films that some people, you know, haven't got around to, but it's a universal release of All Quiet on the Western Front, and it's really, really, really nice release, man. I'm trying to get like past some of the written kind of stuff. But yeah, I mean the Universal. I mean, hopefully, like I think they'll be releasing The Sting and Jaws later on in the year. There's another one in there I was about to say, but I can't think of it. It's nice. I mean, when it comes to steelbooks, and like I always prefer Digibooks. I don't really know why. They look fantastic. Really do look fantastic. And here's another one of like, you know, great book as well. I love the book by Harper Lee. It's Kill a Mockingbird. Great film, man. Just watch this film. It's fantastic. Gregory Peck, man, is just. It's true, man. You don't get actors like that anymore. There's so many of the great actors, you know. It's a beautiful release. This is just a great film, a great book as well if you haven't read it. I love the scene when you know, when Gregory Peck has to, he's trying to turn back that lynch mob, you know. It's a great film, man. You watch that film, man. It's great. Now, last but not least, I've left this because it's been my favourite film I've seen recently. It's Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. Now, you see, there's a problem here because I get kind of annoyed when I see certain kind of reviews of people that say the film's boring, and it really grinds me, man. Because you see, the problem is it's not boring. I think it's the fact that they don't either understand it, or they can't understand it, or they're probably playing on their phone and kind of their attention span isn't there, and they say it's boring, man, which it certainly isn't. You see, the thing is, I don't know why. You must know what sort of a film, you know, it's not going to be about like explosions. Look, if you want to watch explosions in a spy film, you know, watch like a James Bond film, you know, it's obvious with the cast, they're going for kind of, you know, kind of more dialogue-driven kind of story, and there is nothing remotely boring about it. You know, I'm trying to be restrained as I can here, because it kind of irritates the shit out of me when people like say things like that are boring, and it just isn't. The cast is just phenomenal. The film is just amazing. You know, Gary Oldman's great, but so's everybody, really. You know, they're all good. You know, all those names there, they're great. And you know, I'm not Colin Firth's kind of biggest fan, but he is fantastic in this. He's great. Mark Strong, to be fair, he's good in anything I see him in. Benedict Cumberbatch will be doing motion capture for what was that, the Necromancer, basically, you know, Sauron in The Hobbit, and doing Smaug's voice. Tom Hardy's great in everything. Well, I don't need to say about John Hurt, Toby Jones, Kieran Hines. You know, it's great, and there's all the actors. It's a fantastic film. Don't let anyone who says it's boring. Honestly, don't take their. I have to be honest. Don't take their opinion for gospel or anything, because they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. It's a great release, man. It's a great film. So yeah, I mean, I might have another update kind of soon. I've still got a few kind of Blu-rays and a few kind of odds and sods coming in. I've tried to limit buying as much, because the room you know, the room is kind of difficult now, so I'm just trying to limit it to as much as possible, you know, as least as possible. So yeah, you know, thanks for watching, and thanks for subscribing, and you know, I try to get back to your comments when I can, but it's well appreciated, all the comments and stuff. So yeah, cheers for watching, and I'll be back, say probably about a few weeks, a month or so, do another video. So cheers.